Welcome back and Happy New Year! I can't believe I haven't put a video up for, God, about 3 weeks now. So, if I'm honest, I've procrastinated a little bit. I went into Christmas thinking that I was just going to come off all social media, take a break with the family, because Kyle and I had booked 2 weeks off our day jobs. And I just thought we never get the opportunity to spend time together. So we really just shut down and spent some quality time as a family. And now I'm just trying to get back into normality. Obviously we have the news of the third lockdown, so my kind of plans and routine got a little bit thrown out of the window. But I'm here, I'm back, and I want to just have a quick talk about New Year's resolutions. You may have seen my video last year. If you didn't, I'll pop it in the iCard for you. Where I kind of spoke about how I don't tend to make New Year's resolutions. I try to set myself some goals to do through the year. I like to do this because it really motivates me, but it's not for everyone. But for me, I try and think of what I want to achieve that year and then really aim towards getting it by the end of the year. And then it's just a big tick for me. And if I don't do it, it's not the end of the world. Like I say, it's just something that's going to drive me. So last year I had two really big things that I wanted to do. I wanted to obviously make a success of the social media stuff that I was exploring. So I'd already been blogging for a few years on WordPress with my written blog Buppa's Diary. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It's buppasdiary.blog. And I thought what I want to do is explore different platforms and be maybe a bit more modern. So I started up my YouTube, and then kind of January time I started off Instagram. I'm really happy with how that went. So I've got over 10,000 followers on Instagram, and I've got some brilliant opportunities coming from that. My YouTube is doing great. Thank you so much for your support. I've got over 1,000 subscribers, and if I'm honest, I didn't think that was going to be possible. I didn't know where it was going to take me, but I'm so happy with how that's gone. The other thing I wanted to do last year was I wanted to focus on sustainable living, and where I could just try and make a difference to the world that we live in. I tried to reduce, reuse and recycle. We all know that phrase. So I tried to reduce my meat intake, plastic packaging, you know, just like little things that I could realistically change based on the lifestyle that we currently have. Obviously, Carl and I both work, and the kids have got school and stuff, so we're quite busy as a family, and I really can't commit completely to doing this. So I thought I'll just do what I can. Really happy again with how that's gone, especially considering the restrictions that we've had in place over the last year and the difficulty that we've had in trying to source kind of just normal groceries. I feel that I've made a really good effort. So I have reduced our meat intake. I also have like a meat-free day, and for me that's fine. Like, I never planned to be vegan. It could be something I look to do in the future, but I have to want to do something. With regards to sustainability, I've really looked at like the supply chain that's providing things to me and trying to be as ethical as possible as well. And you know what? I've really enjoyed it. And as a family, we're being introduced to different products that we've never used before, and it's exciting. I'm cooking different meals because I'm coming across different ingredients, and yeah, it's been a really nice journey, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to definitely continue it and grow if I can do. So I'm really happy with how that's gone. So last year, I would say tick tick, and also get through 2020, you know what I'm saying? 2021 is here. I can't even say it. It doesn't even feel like it rolls off the tongue just yet, but it's here. And I always like to write in my new diary, which this year, Carl and the kids got me a Kikki K diary, which I've never had before. I usually use Busy Bee, but you'll notice it was on the thumbnail actually. It's got everything that I want in it. It's got a section for me to write goals and targets and looking back and what have I achieved and stuff. So I like things like that. Not everyone likes those things, but for me it just really motivates me, and I look forward to seeing how well I've done. We're looking at the new year, and I've already decided what kind of things I really want to focus on for 2021. If anything, last year did teach me that the simple life is not so bad. And I'm sure if you've been watching my vlogs or you're following me on Instagram, you'll see that I like to keep busy. And I have realised in the last year that I don't need to be as busy as I've always been, and actually downtime is quite nice. And I know that a lot of people have really suffered in 2020, and there's people who have really struggled through the year. For us, we're so lucky that it's had minimal impact on us. All it has been is more of an inconvenience, and if anything, it's opened my eyes to how much we were missing out on. Just the simple things, our home, our kids, our family, that's really all that matters. And so we want to move forward and try and hold on to a little bit of that simple. So that's kind of the thing I want to do this year, is not be so hectic all the time. The other thing I want to keep simple is food. So we kind of thought, when it got to Christmas, I got in all the normal Christmas food, and Carmen and I just kind of said, don't fancy it. We have lost our cravings, and I think it's because all of these luxuries that we would usually look forward to at Christmas, New Year or Easter, or like special occasions, you'll get a certain type of food in. So like for Christmas for us, it's like cheese, nuts, chocolates. I can't wait to get that stuff in. Actually this year I wasn't really that interested. We got everything in, but I was like, I don't really fancy it. I'm not in the mood for it. And the reason is because the things that were usually luxuries, they're so available now, and they're so affordable. So we probably get chocolate, nuts and cheese in our everyday shop. So when it comes to having them on a special occasion, the novelty's worn off. So we want to strip that back, and we're going to start limiting the things that we're buying, so that it's not that we're overindulging all the time, and then we'll really look forward to it. And that even comes down to things like takeaways. When I was younger, we hardly ever had takeaways, whereas now it's like we get a takeaway at least every month. And really, that's not exciting anymore. And that's something I'm really looking forward to, so a more simple life. Let's just see if I can keep that up. Another thing I want to get back into is writing. I have stopped writing on my Bappa's Diary blog. I've really neglected it. And it has been because I really wanted to focus on what I was doing with social media, but actually I want to just take it back to where I started and get back to writing. There's a couple of foodie things that I want to do. I want to learn how to bake cakes. I'm not bad at baking, but when it comes to baking a cake, I always tend to get it looking wrong. It tastes nice, but I either overcook it, undercook it, don't follow the instructions properly, and it's really sweet. I just really want to try and get cakes under my belt this year. And another food thing I want to do, I want to really master some of the Indian dishes that I was brought up eating. My mum doesn't cook a lot of Indian food herself actually, but when she does, it's out of this world and I love it. And she learned it from her mum and also my father's mum. So the grandparents taught the kids and the kids took it along, but for some reason I never really learned. And as I've got older, I've asked for some recipes and I do try them, but I always tend to get something wrong. So similar to me baking cakes. If I'm cooking a rice dish, like my rice will either be too hard or too soft. But I thought, no, I'm just going to go for it this year. I'm just going to do them exactly as I'm told to do them and get that taste so that we can carry it on. And then I think I want the kids to learn how to do it so they can carry it on. And then another thing that I've learned through lockdown is that I'm very unorganised, and being organised makes life so much easier. When it comes to like household things, I'm not unorganised. I've got storage boxes everywhere. I love my storage, but it's more like the everyday things. So it's the panic ironing school uniform on the morning that is needed, or like forgetting to make the kids sandwiches the night before, do you know, or getting my own stuff ready the night before. I don't really tend to do that. So I'll leave it all until the morning, and then I have like a really rush morning getting everything sorted. And I don't really like that feeling, that really harassed feeling. So during the lockdown, I had to be organised because literally I was working from home, the kids were learning from home, and it was really important we had a really good routine, and it helped me so much. So this year I want to continue that and just keep being as organised as I have been, because life is so much easier. So they're the things that I want to do this year. Slow down, enjoy simple, write again, learn how to bake, learn how to cook Indian food, and be more organised. So hopefully I'll be able to achieve those things. I don't think that they're very hard targets, so I can see this being a good year. Hopefully we won't have any more hurdles thrown in the way. I think 2020 gave us enough of those. So videos I've got coming up, I've got a lot of footage that I took over Christmas and New Year that I need to catch up on. I also want to do a bit of a celebration to show some of the good things that happened for us in 2020, because it wasn't such a bad year for us. And also I really want to share some tips for homeschooling. So if there's any parents out there that are working from home and homeschooling, I've got some top tips that have worked for me. You never know, they might work for you. But at the same time, we're all different, so who knows. But check them out because you just never know. So until then, thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. I really hope that 2021 is going to be a nicer year for everyone. And I will see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.